Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for match number 2 of this week of the Due Process League Season 2. We just saw an awesome match, and now we're going to get another one. We're going to have SPG versus Momentum. But before we start with that, I'm TH Pine, by the way. I'm going to be your new action caster here. I'm still here with Zombie Bacon, though, and he has some stats from the last match before we go into the next one. So, Zombie Bacon, sorry, take it away, please.
Oh, it's fine. I understand. My name can be a little intimidating. You guys are still stuck with me, but I'm back here. I do want to touch on the last match just briefly because the MVP from that match was Ghetto, and I need to shout out my man here with some insane stats. Going with in the first match, going 12-2, and in the second game, going 11-8 for an overall KD of 23-10, which is insane.
Insane, yeah.
An average survival rate of 50% too.
That's crazy. Yeah, I saw the plays. There were some good clutches. It was a pretty exciting match. Lucky, I'm glad we got through the technical difficulties somehow.
Absolutely. DPL shall power on as always.
For sure.
I will say though, I am excited getting into this next match though, because it's EU Day here over at DPL. So we had our EU team, Team Flogel, and now we have EU Momentum going up against SPG.
Absolutely, we have Momentum, our other EU team. So we will see how that goes. It's kind of if you're looking at the current standings, it looks like this is like a bottom bracket match, which makes it sound uninteresting. Team Momentum is actually last place with 1 point. SPG is tied for 6th place with 3 points right now. Actually, since Flogel's just got points, I guess they're actually 7th place. I guess. So that sounds boring, but actually, this bracket is still pretty tight spread. If any of those teams wins the 3 points here, they're going up there. All the teams except for Mazer and Fear are actually pretty close together. So yeah, the season is not over yet for neither of these two teams. So definitely an important match, and I'm very much looking forward to it. And I think we're gonna start it soon. So
yeah, we are gonna start it soon, but I do want to point something out.
Sure.
Momentum. I'm good friends with the guys over at Momentum, with Macius and Razor. I play a lot with, and the momentum we are seeing now is a different momentum than the one we had at the beginning of the league. So they had some pretty major roster changes to their main line. This is a different team. They've been performing very well in scrims. They've been putting up, I believe they tied Mazer or put Mazer to 7-5. They are putting up
That's impressive.
Very strong
Keeping in
fight.
mind that Mazer right now is on place 1 of the leaderboard with 10 points, which is pretty strong performance so far. So yeah, that sounds promising for sure.
I believe Mazer actually hasn't dropped the game, so that makes it even more impressive for Momentum. Also, as we know, we're going to see Voxel in there. Pretty much everyone concurs that Voxel is the current heavyweight on Momentum, as well as he is their IGL. So playing a dual role there, but I think Momentum, I'm excited for this game. This is a new Momentum. They didn't quite have the practice time they did now when we saw them last week at Fierce, pardon me. But this is a Momentum now that is tuned into each other. They got each other dialed in, and they are ready to play together, and I can't wait to see it. Also, SPG DPL Season 1 team that spent a lot of time together, and I'm excited to see how they do. This is their time to gain some points and really separate themselves from the pack right now. And Momentum,
I mean, SPG has a similar story actually. Just a little earlier, they did not perform super well in the first season. But in the off season, they replaced a few of the players. Not necessarily replacing them actually. Well, yes, they replaced, but not because they got rid of the older ones. The older ones just like some players left the game or the team, and so they got new ones, and they started training quite a bit, and they came back way stronger than before. So yeah, definitely could be a very interesting match.
Very, very interesting. And you know, that's a great point that I didn't know because you were here with DPL season 1, weren't you, Pion?
I was here from the start.
Yeah, I was gonna
So,
say you are the
I
old
was
man of
all the way
DPL.
back under NDA when we were streaming on Steam only.
Oh man. Now,
Good old days.
question: do you play with do you have like a Merlin beard you play with just
No.
for flavor? I'm just curious.
No, I don't.
That's I'm gonna imagine that because I want that. You know,
Sure. I mean,
you
you
sound
can
so
see my
happy with
face
that.
on the regular dev streams and my personal channel, but I have a beard, but not a Merlin beard.
Nah, see, I knew you had one. I was like, but I'm just picturing a Merlin beard in my mind for some reason. The lore keeper of DPL over here we have with us. So this will be very interesting to see two teams following a very almost parallel tracks, although one having much more time in game than the other, but momentum certainly no slouches. And I am very excited to see how they perform here now that they have had some time to iron out the kinks and everything like that.
I mean,
Um,
both teams made it through the qualifier, which
mhm.
was, if I remember correctly, 26 teams competing, and the top 8 made it into DPL.
Yes,
So
that was.
all the teams in DPL definitely know what it takes to win a match. So yeah, even though these are at the bottom of the bracket right now, doesn't mean they're actually bad at the game. Far from it. And as I said earlier, the bracket is still pretty tight. So either team, if they gain 3 points here, they're back in the race. So,
Absolutely, and I think to push that
speaking of,
fact too, um, you know, they might be the bottom of DPL, but you have to remember how competitive DPL is right now.
yeah,
It's
it is.
very, very competitive, and I do want to point out, um, momentum here. Not quite sure what they're going to do. Looking for a storage push as they start on attacker side, but one thing we talked about last game is the new sort of meta we're seeing of a Legros C store, as we see SPG drawing that out for them in office here. Going through this thick wall, I'm going to change here, going by
Is
this
this
vending
the
machine.
same map we saw in the last match, actually?
Yes, it is the same map that we saw in
Ah,
the last
I
match.
think we saw some wall bangs from office into bomb, right? That's
We
what
did.
you're
It has to be
talking
with the
about.
Legros, though, because of how thick that wall is as well. We
Mm-hmm.
also see this barb coming out here on Teller to prevent that office rotation, which we did see last match really sort of hurt Flogels in a way. But SPG feeling confident, feeling good. 3 members of them really committed to that storefront, and Dusty chilling and 6-sided about to play some DDR. I'm jealous as Razor makes their way to the north side of the map.
Yeah, and they're walking slowly. They're taking their time to not give away their position because I mean this makes sense. SPG still has people in storefront waiting for the storefront breach, and that's not where momentum is going here. That's the 3-2 split. Door church is set. Razor and Voxel moving over to storage. Dusty's watching that, so he might. They don't have a shotgun. They have to kick this open, so Dusty might get a shot off here. Breach is going off. 6-side has to pull back because the flashbang is being taken out regardless. Dusty is holding his position though because the other 3 are actually going south. Sleep picking up the kill here. Dusty fails to kill the entry, get in the entry frag, but Razor and Voxel managed to take out Tiber, and that brings it down to a 4v3 because Kizu died in office. And now Razor and Voxel still sitting in storage. Dusty's kind of pinned it if Momentum realizes where he is, and it seems like they're trying to push him now. He's running around to the storage, almost getting through to attackers, but eventually taking him out. Wow. That was a kill from Render through the door into arcade here, taking Izozu, and now it's a 3v2. Sleep still sitting in freezer, guarding power. Random another pick here with the Gruber. Nicely done. Now he's getting shot from 2 sides though. Getting in his puff spot, and Razor finishes him off. Down to Sleep with his shotgun. This might be rough. We'll see. Voxel takes him out eventually. And Razor goes for defuse.
Man, unfortunate for Sleep there being stuck with a shotgun. Those things that rain up close, they are real. They pack a real punch, but once you get outside of that 2-3 square area, they don't do as well.
Yep.
It's definitely interesting. Voxel going over there for the KR, one of his favorites. And I guess, I mean, Dusty with that KR, such a fiasco moment in storage, running through
That was
two
crazy.
two members, and like you saw everyone freaking out there.
Yeah, I would have hoped he made it. He rushed into bathroom instead of waiting behind the shelves in storage, because then he would have actually gotten away with it. That would have been very funny. But yeah, it was a good split push from Momentum here. Not giving away the position with the slow walk at the start gave them the momentum to make it through the first part of the map here, and eventually, yeah, pinstring Dusty in arcade, which gave them the advantage here and scores them the first point. Good start.
Absolutely, and what the pun was intentional, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I am
I'm
glad.
making momentum puns since I casted my first momentum match. Like it's just really hard not to.
You're keeping up the momentum.
Absolutely.
Again, we're seeing a lot of the maps we saw from our last match here now. So Daedalus Hermit, again, want to point out this center courtyard bit, very interesting to play around. All these windows are very sort of scary. They give you a lot
Yeah.
of information for free, particularly if you choose to go in through this door where you're able to play these angles a lot closer. If I zoom in here, you can see these steeper angles let you see almost all the way on into that doorway, as well
Oh
as
yeah.
checking office here to really secure your team's push into that courtyard.
But
Um,
also, wait, are those windows bulletproof? No, they aren't, right?
no, they're not. They
They're
have
not.
bars over them.
Yeah,
See,
they're bars, but they're not bulletproof.
not
And
bulletproof.
if I'm looking at this, there are a lot of angles for the defenders as well through windows, like from office into lockers, for example.
So what's
Actually,
dangerous
club
about
reception as
that?
well.
Yeah, exactly. What's also dangerous about that is also courtyard to lockers. So what we saw BTG
I
doing,
guess, yeah.
playing around that very aggressively actually with some longer range guns, and I think that's what SPG's looking to do here too. We see some rifles coming out, two members of SPG going in office. We have a barb down there. They're really trying to prevent any sort of play around this courtyard, and Sleep looking to make the shotgun work for him this time as momentum leaves the truck, and with very little momentum slow walks through their doors.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the slow walk tactic, and again the split push. It's actually very similar. Two people taking the free entry, while the other three taking the door charge. We'll see if it goes as well again for them. This time they take a little longer. Actually, it seems like more people are going other reception. Never mind. They didn't brought clacker, I guess, or charge. So never mind. They're all going green, which is blue in this case. But regardless, I was thrown off by the line that threw the red door. They're rushing into reception. Nobody there to contest it really. Voxel is checking courtyard windows. Doesn't find anyone. Oh, I think he shut the door open. Oh no, actually doesn't have a shotgun. Never mind. I'm making stuff up. They're setting up for the club breach here with 4 people. Voxel is still sitting in reception. Sleep is waiting for him to push. He's going in. Flash hits very well though. And there's the wall charge actually. And they're going into club. Like, how did I miss this? However, they got Dusty. They got 3 kills already. They're on bomb and frag kill here. Oh wow! Tiber going down. And it's all down to 6-sided, who's kind of stuck in office now, fighting Voxel through the window. But the rest of the team is on the bomb already. Now actually cutting him off with the Molotov. 6-sided will try to peek here with the Ingmar, but probably not find. Oh, maybe he can find someone, but diffuses at 50%, and he's pulling back. He's not going to clutch this, but he's trying to take some kills, but no luck. He's been taken out, and that was a clean sweep for momentum here. That was
clean.
very fast.
I think
How did I
about
miss
coordination?
Wall charge. I'm pretty sure I didn't saw Clacker. I must be blind.
No, I think what happened was because they kicked open this door, maybe they dropped Clacker wall charge out here, brought it in to ensure that they secured the room without forfeiting that if they weren't able to.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Very clever. Very clever indeed. Yeah, that threw me off absolutely. Yeah, that's what happened because they also had empty inventory slots there, which confused me for a moment, but I didn't mention it. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's what the red line, the line through the red door was for.
Man,
Very clever. I like that.
About big brain. I was confused because
Absolutely.
I know I saw the clacker, but I didn't see a wall charge, and then I was very confused as to why they needed to kick that red door. personally, I was like, okay, that doesn't, to me, it doesn't really give you any angles that you wouldn't have
Yeah,
necessarily otherwise, but that makes a lot more sense now. And
yeah,
also,
yeah,
in addition to that, I think it's because they took the fight to sleep in the bottom right corner right as they were doing all of that hard work.
yeah, yeah. It it was definitely a clever play. We'll see if they bring more of these strategies that throw us off. That was definitely a first for me. I never saw that one before. So interesting. We're on factory breaking exile.
Breaking Exile, and also one of the newer bits of Factory. So if I switch over to this cam here, we could see large windows that you can get up to. So you can actually shoot through these and throw utility through them. But what I really do want to point out is if we notice here on this side. So what actually happens is there's this beam across, and we see how it comes up here. There's actually windows here that you can look through into servers from
Yeah,
up here, which is ridiculous and something we haven't seen in a while. And I'm glad that it's back, as
that's
well
it.
as
It's
hmm,
labeled roof access. So yeah, it's not
it's
super readable from the map, honestly,
yeah.
but that's what the label is for. You can get on that roof. You can shoot through these windows. Can you actually shoot into servers? Is that's what you're describing,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Or
what
is
I'm
this
describing is there's
okay?
actually,
That's pretty
unlike
crazy.
here, it's not
Yeah,
marked.
yeah,
So
that's
that's the unfortunate thing is it's one of those sort of little things you realize strangely when you're playing the game that if you're
yeah.
just looking solely from the map view, you wouldn't notice. So I've actually gotten up there and gotten probably 1 or 2 kills into the server area if we're wanting to play for this power, which is so fascinating to me that that's in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely Axum doing some experimentation here, and we'll see if it plays well. Then eventually it will get a proper pass and get proper props and whatnot, so it's better readable from the map. For now, we can expect the DPL players to be aware of these kind of things. Excited here with the first shot of the mob. Actually hits Voxel, brings him down to 15
Ooh.
HP. Not a headshot, but yeah, Voxel is getting onto servers and Sixside has pulled back. Now the Macius and Xaizu are pushing or breaching through the red door while the rest is going in through storage. Voxel still sitting on the roof, trying to clear out servers or helping them clear out servers. He's also actually picking up sleep here on the generator from across storage. Some shots going on to Tabor here.
Render.
And they're pushing in, but Render from generator picks up Xaizu and they take out Tiber. Looks good for momentum, not too bad. Vox is still not in though. And Render is still around generator, picking up another kill here, and now taking out Razor.
know where he is.
What the hell is going on? Now he looks for Macius, doesn't get it. Macius picks him up here, and it's actually down to Dusty now. So Voxel has to get in. Dusty gets the kill, and now Voxel has to get moving. He has 37 seconds on the clock, 2 flashbangs and a KR. Dusty with Ingmar taking some first shots here. Voxel is still at 15 HP. He got shot earlier by Six-Sided with the mob. Taking out Power. Ooh, I don't think they have NVGs, but that might still be good for him.
Macius does. Macius does.
Oh, Macius. What? Macius is dead, though.
No, but I think Dusty picked the NVGs up from Macius.
Oh, you mean Dust? Oh, that would be dangerous. Flashbang's going out 12 seconds, but Bomb is at 70%. He can make this. Dusty gets the kill here, securing a round for SPG.
Yeah, I see. Look, that's exactly what he
Come
did.
on.
You can just barely tell the MVGs on his head there.
Yeah, true. He's looking up to show it to us, maybe.
Wants to show off his clout goggles. But Render there really securing the win for his team, being sneaky. Momentum not checking all their corners. Unfortunately, that smoke actually hurting their entry more than helping it, unfortunately.
Yep. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That was a back and forth for sure. Now I'm very curious how SPG will start to, or will try to take these maps.
Yeah, I mean, SPG now. Momentum doing a good start, securing 2 of their attacker rounds, but SPG now set up to take them back. And I'm excited to see how Momentum will defend these. Again, pretty standard Crescent Moon Barb I'm expecting. SPG marking out that Legros wallbang,
Yeah,
wanting
they're
to clear
definitely scared
office.
of that.
Yeah, I mean, but we saw how powerful it was in Flogels versus BTG, and it's interesting. They're marking it out, but it seems like what I'm expecting is they have the wall charge marked out in 2 places, possibly even a door charge, just to get a peek hole into this freezer light sight line there. Um,
If they're planning for a double charge now, they better have a plan for an eco play in one of the next 2 matches. I would expect on the Kill House map, really.
yeah,
Uh,
I would expect
that would
to,
be
just
the obvious choice.
because of the courtyard and all that too. Is if you execute fast enough, I think it can really play out in your favor.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Um, In addition to this, again, I'm disappointed. He's going to smoke out the DDR machine. I'm assuming because it's not marked out here to branch off in the office there, they're going to clear it on the back end. Either that or they're marking it out, but I wonder if they actually expect Momentum to do that. Um, Although now going for maybe a green door play and maybe a wall or just simple door charge into freezer, I'm not sure.
We will find out momentarily. They're definitely changing their plans a bit, so it's kind of hard to predict what they're doing. SPG, Momentum, sorry, it's not actually doing any planning on the map besides 2 barbed wire placements. But seems like they've set up with the 4 bathroom and storefront for the most part, with Macius lurking in arcade. And it seems like this is a 4-1 split, 6-sided with the. Did he place a door charge?
Door charge. He placed door charge there for the peak.
Interesting. Yeah, Saber. He's going with the Saber. They're bringing a door charge just for the peak. That's pretty high risk play, actually. We will see if it plays out for them.
Right, I think SPG getting some damage on themselves.
Yep. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They're pushing into bathroom now. Xaizu is being taken out. And so is Voxel. Good start. 6-sided door breach got mollied, which doesn't do much. I guess they thought it's a wall charge. Not looking good for Momentum so far. 6-sided has the line of sight. He takes out Razor. Nice shot. Now it's Isuzu kind of caught off in Teller, and Macius still waiting in arcade right next to the bomb. Dusty pushed into storefront. Isuzu still waiting there with the shotgun, but they're all around him. He's getting flashed through Teller, but that should not affect him too much, I guess. Trying to find him through the Teller hole. Dusty's shooting at him, but no luck so far. Now, eventually they take him out, opening the door. But Macius gets the revenge kill here on Rendler, but it's now cut off with the Molotov. Can't actually rotate into storefront, and this is probably a game. I don't think he can do anything here. Actually, he's getting in time, but it's being knocked down. And SPG secures the round.
Goes for the hero play. Not able to get it. I'm kind of shocked. Correct me if I'm wrong. We may want to watch the replay on that. But I think SPG shot themselves up in storage here.
I think they did, yeah.
Maybe wanting to, catch them off guard. I'm not sure. That's funny to me. I'm not sure. They've just maybe a little jumpy. I know I've misclicked sometimes. But that's the first I've seen. Not in a firefight or anything.
It was definitely a bit weird, yeah. But it was not even. It was significant damage. Like one of them was almost dead. It was pretty ridiculous. But they made it through the round regardless. It was a good push. Momentum did not really stand a chance in bathroom, and 6-sided door charge on the shutters worked wonders. Actually, got a really good line of sight there. Picked up a kill, denied rotations, and put on pressure in general, and wasted a Molotov because they thought it's a wall charge there, or a little fast with their judgment. I mean, you have to be fast if you want to stop a storefront breach. You want to throw that Molotov as soon as you see the explosion. So I guess that's what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Anytime you hear an explosion on storefront, you're like, "Oh no, they're coming in through there! Oh God, what am I gonna do?" It's a very panicky moment because that molly could make the difference between them getting into storefront and killing your entire team, and even just dealing damage onto them. SPG going with a very, complicated play here. I wouldn't be surprised if they choose to do a wall charge. SPG, unlike some teams, marking out barbs that they are expecting. Some people just put nade marks or things like that. I'm unsure as to the point of this if they are wanting to go for that wall charge.
Supposed to be in a wall charge, I think, but we'll see. They definitely want to take courtyard apparently because it gives you a good line of sight onto stage, which is
Absolutely.
valuable.
I
Seems like
think
momentum is fairly spread out with
mhm.
2 people reception actually,
Yeah.
trying to deny the green entry.
Ooh,
That's a good
that's
crossfire.
auto shotty up there.
Oh, yeah, with the up wire so he cannot get rushed.
Mhm.
Um, Interesting. This could work out very well. Chris on the other side with the shotgun as well, and Voxel sitting at the door with the KR. So they're definitely expecting a reception push, and that's exactly what we see here. They don't bring any charge, I believe. I don't think they did the same thing as Momentum last time and dropping anything. They're just going eco, and we will see if that works out because Momentum is definitely ready for that. Voxel with some early shots. No damage though. And now they're rushing Chris. Chris gets the shot here with the shotgun, taking out Sleep. Now Tibor gets the revenge kill. Razor still waiting for his opportunity though. They're not aware of him, but Tibor is very. He's checking the corner, getting around and taking him out. Oh, Razor was, I don't know what there. He was just not reacting at all, giving them the auto shotgun for free. So while they lost Sleep, still a very good start for SPG into this round. Flashing into lockers now, having the auto shotgun, still having multiple flashes and a frag grenade. But now they have to get through this the club choke. Wallbang's going out. Voxel is shooting the walls, dealing some minor damage. Frag grenade, destroying the barbed wire in club, waiting for the Molotov. Tibor is actually on the other side now with the auto shotgun. I would have expected him to be in lockers, pushing through that club door. But they're taking their time. I mean, they still have 55 seconds. It's not too bad. Tibor and Six Side are going for the flank here.
I think
Flashing breakouts. Yeah, they're not. Six Side is probably going to go courtyard while Tibor is trying to push into office. I assume. Looks like it. Another molly to delay the other two in lockers. Eventually running out. Now they're pushing in. Flashbang Macius behind the corner. And the counter gets the revenge kill here after Voxel has been taken out. Render and Macius covering. Render is nowhere. Gets the kill on Chris. But there's Macius taking him out. He didn't see him. And now it's 1v2. Tibor and Six Sided pushing in eventually. Macius gets one. But Six Sided with the revenge. Securing the round here in the last 10 seconds. Brings it up to a 3-2 turnaround. Quite a turnaround so far. 3 rounds in a row for SPG here. 4 rounds. Sorry, no, 3 rounds.
Yeah, 3 rounds in a row for them. Very strong performance from them. Don't know if they're going to want to go for that auto shotty or rather the KR there. KR is stupid strong. A favorite pick among DPL players, and I think all of our due process family as a whole. It's just one of those guns I think is irresistible to most players.
It's if you know how to use it, it's definitely a very strong gun. It has a very good damage output and a big mag. It's a little bit harder to control than the other defender guns, but it's well worth it. So yeah, it just packs a punch. You know what my favorite part about it is?
What?
Stealing it as an attacker because it really mows down the defenders.
Absolutely. You just get the old switcheroo change of heart Yu-Gi-Oh card on it. Starts doing work against its original owners, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now again, back to this map. Momentum with some really interesting plays, and with the last map, I think all the lines we saw being drawn out were mainly because, that was a new map. That's a new map from this update. SPG here looking to exploit that roof access a little bit. I'm expecting maybe down in the fan through servers. I'm not sure. One thing I do want to take note of though is this extended highway here, because that is dangerous. It really is. So that is what let, I believe it was Dusty or Sleep, or no, I think it was Six Sided. Pardon me. You hop out here and get this deep peek on the roof access with the mop and really sort of get some huge damage out onto Momentum before they were even able to touch the inside of factory.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. We have to keep in mind SPG still has a door and a wall charge, and they still have 2 clackers. So they're really free to do whatever. It seems like they're deciding to go for the fan and door double breach, no interior wall charges. And no dog charge.
Possibly looking that
I mean, they're I guess the drawings are inconclusive, actually.
Very
They
inconclusive because they have it out there, they have it there, they have it through fan. I'm not quite sure. Looking
yeah,
possibly for
they've
a
just
power
removed
play.
the lines on fans, so I think they're actually gonna go for the storage into wall charge play, because taking that wall charge is really strong, right next to the bomb.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that will bring NVGs, obviously, because last round they didn't brought them on C-Store. Six-sided is shooting the truck, but nobody is in there. Fishing for hit sounds. Cannot wait until this is getting removed. It's coming up, by the way. They're breaching the door. Molly to delay them. Render is on the roof. Voxel is there to contest him. We'll see if one of the two can find a kill there. Render's getting onto the thing now. It's above Voxel, so they can't see each other yet. The other three are pushing in. Render's actually falling back, leaving Service alone, and decides to follow his teammates. Six-sided there with the kill on Generator. Nicely done. They take power. Voxel did not contest that. He's waiting for his opportunity to strike. There's the wall charge, and now Voxel has to get in their back. They're pushing in, taking out Chris. Now Six-sided is pushing in as well. Isuzu was taken out because Chris is actually shooting Six-sided. Now trying to take the bomb. Voxel got sleep, but Dusty clears out office, taking down Chris, and now they're on bomb. Voxel is contesting, but Dusty, again, not getting the kill here, but definitely dealing the damage from us. Flying Macius with the mob, though, all the way from south, but that's not enough time. He's stopping with the pistol. Bomb still not defused. There we go. Eventually, Dusty jumping on him. The Molly.
What? Classic team nade there from SPG. Yep. Dusty getting the Goomba stomp on Macius, who unfortunately wasn't able to make the hero play and kill both team members of SPG, but still a great shot nonetheless in the dark.
Yep, that was a good shot for sure. And then he tried to stop the defuse of the pistol, but it was not quite enough.
Yeah, the pistols, man, don't quite have the range or damage output that the MOP does, and I frankly don't know why. I just don't get it.
I mean the LS is pretty close, but I believe he carried a GAT. So
yeah, that was the GAT there, which is interesting.
Judging by the sound, I mean it makes sense to pair the GAT with the MOP because you want the fast rate of fire and the bigger magazine, because you only need to hit one shot after you hit a MOP body shot anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I mean, I guess there are arguments for both sidearms actually, because if you find yourself in a situation where the MOP is unusable, then the LS is probably a little bit more valuable than the GAT. But
yeah, I will say
that's the situation you want to avoid in general, I guess.
The one thing I don't see though, and the very good reason for this, is a MOP and Super Shorty. It's because your bullet pool is actually shared between the Super Shorty then and the MOP, so you really have to make a very careful decision on,
I mean, it's still doable. Usually, most people don't bring all 9 MOP bullets anyway, and that leaves you with enough shells for your shotty. But it's still unusual to see these two together. So I think it's just a lot of people pick the GAT because they want to finish up their body shots.
That, and they want something, because generally with the MOP you're playing those longer angles, so you want something that can reach out and do just enough to finish off the kill if you land a body shot.
Yeah. That's what the GAT is. So yeah, game is 4-2 in favor of SPG here, and now we're in the second half, so we get new maps, and SPG is on the attack again. We'll see how they take the C-Store. Looks like a wall charge.
Looks like a good old-fashioned fluff wall charge in through to storefront.
It's a storefront charge push, but they're not actually taking bomb from there. They use it to get into bathroom and then take freezer.
Well, that's important to know, because bomb diffuses this way, so I think freezer is going to be a much larger point of contention for them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, momentum not caught up with the Legos through the wall on storefront yet.
That would be strong here from office for sure.
Yeah, particularly as they've already. They opened it.
They opened it. It's open. Close it again. Okay. Wasting some time. Wall charge is set.
They spot him out.
Nope. So there it goes. Some shots from Voxel going off. Taking the first kill here, actually. And Isuzu from the side, throwing the Molotov, shooting with the nag. Delaying the push quite a bit. Render cannot push forward because of the barbed wire. Gets the kill on Voxel, though. So that's 4v4 so far. Isuzu hiding in the stall. Dusty pushing in. Checking the stalls. More flashbangs. Sleep will try to help him, but is being taken out from behind with Razor. Well, he's also trying to reposition, but Dusty stops him from doing that. Could now take power, but I don't think they brought NVGs. Doesn't seem to be part of their plan. Render picking up some tools from his fallen allies, and Dusty. Mage just waited behind that door with the shotgun, taking him out, pushing into Bathroom, bring out 6 side. But what? Oh yeah, and at the same time, I guess. Wait, what?
I think Render picked up a nade in Bathroom, threw it back here to secure a kill, and then Razor with the KR beamed him from Teller door.
Oh, that I got confused by the kill feed because the last kill was from Render, but he apparently was dead already because it was a frag kill. I missed that. I was watching the Bathroom play.
It was a Call of Duty martyrdom moment, but I think Macius with the shotgun there. Ooh, that double kill was crisp.
Yeah, that was just a very well played defense and a perfect counter plan. Really, they really planned or had the perfect preparation for that storefront push there. Especially, I like the barbed wire on the west side with I believe Razor sitting behind it with the KR. That worked wonders. And Voxel all the way north with the Ingmar. It was just perfect. They had so many angles on the entry, 3 angles basically, and it also defended Bathroom very well. Especially obviously the double kill as you just mentioned. So oops. I think server crashed.
Server crashed, unfortunately.
Like that's unfortunate. That means the last round is probably unfortunate mute.
But that means we end that a 2-4, I believe.
Yeah, if that's okay. We're not, neither of us is the referee right now, but I assume that's going to be the call here because that should be the same ruling as last round. So we're probably going to restart from half with 4-2 in favor of SPG. But yeah, what a start to a match. Unfortunately, apparently the game is a little unstable right now. Lots of crashes happening, or server crashes rather. I should probably report that to the engineering team.
I am getting word on the call from our ref Plague here. It is going to be the same call under Rule 4.1.5 about server outages mid-game. Fortunately, we did make it to the half, so that means we will
that would be unfortunate when it happens in round 6. That would be very annoying.
Incredibly unfortunate, but we will restart there once the server restart comes out, and then also it will be the similar situation to what we saw in our last game with Flogel versus BTG, where we want to make sure both teams have the same side. So
exactly. I mean, I'm confusing teams right now. Momentum started with attacking, so they should be defending now.
Defending and SPG on attack.
Correct.
Finish out this half. So
you remember the first 2 rounds, Momentum had the momentum in their attacks. So
the puns is how we remember everything here at DPL.
Exactly. That's how you do it. That's why I do the puns, so I can remember what actually happened in the match. So yeah, just as a clarification for maybe some new viewers, why we're actually resetting the full half and not like going back to this 7th round score. It's because of how the equipment system works. The game is played in set of 3 games, or actually the set of 6 really, because you're playing 3 rounds on attack and 3 rounds on defense on the same 3 maps, and the equipment is shared between these 3 rounds. So you cannot really separate them. It would be really unfair to just start with 5-3 because it would just completely throw off the balance of the game if you do that. So that's why we have the rule as it is. We restart from half, which means either round 1 or round 7, depending on when the crash happened.
Absolutely, and that'll depend on what side they get when they queue back in. So big thing with that will be we have to remember scoreline coming up will be 2-4 in favor of SPG, and we'll see what happens.
So depending on how the match starts, the score line at the top of the screen during the match might be incorrect, and you have to add 4-2 to it. But the scoreboard between the rounds from our overlay will be correct. So that's the one you have to trust. You can trust. But depending, like if they have to speed run through the first half because they're starting on the wrong side, they might be nice and set us up with the correct score. That would be useful. We will see. Seems like the teams
are getting.
I think we should go to a short break actually.
I don't know if I don't think we're going to break. I'm not sure about that call.
Okay, no
So
Craig apparently.
I
All right.
believe so. What is interesting is from the way this game is playing out is that I think SPG is doing a very strong showing of taking this first game against Momentum,
Hmm. Yeah,
particularly
I
with
mean,
just how well they've been playing.
it was interesting. I mean, Momentum started winning the first two rounds 2-0, and now we saw SPG taking. Well, wait, the last round was won by SPG as well, right? So SPG, no, actually that was taken by Momentum. Sorry.
Momentum there,
So
but in
SPG
spectacular
won four
fashion.
rounds in a row, but then Momentum took the next one. So I think that how it went down.
Absolutely.
So it's quite of a back and forth,
Back and
but
forth.
SPG is especially strong on attack so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing that's important is we will get to as we get back into the game here, that will remain very important with how the teams have been playing. Momentum putting up a very strong showing so far from the few rounds we saw as defenders. Getting very close, but we'll have to remain sort of trepidatious in terms of making any calls from this point, just because of how far in favor it is currently of SPG.
And it seems like we're lucky. The teams start on the right side, which means we don't have to wait for them to speed run through the first half of the match. Unfortunately, that means that the scoreline at the top of the screen will be broken. But you cannot win all of them, I guess.
And no, at
So
least we're lucky we're not having to watch them speed run through everything, which is very
yeah,
fortunate for us. And we
that
get
would
back
take
into the
2
game
minutes.
sooner.
Yeah, exactly. And since we're running over time quite a bit already, that's probably for the better here. So yeah, just keep in mind the score at the top is lacking 6 points in total, 4 for SPG and 2 for Momentum. So we're gonna remind you of the current score lines. And as I said, just trust the score line in our overlay between the rounds. That's the one that's correct, and that's the one that counts.
Absolutely.
So
And I'm
we're
excited. I think loading
we're
in, we're
getting
ready to go.
I'm a little salty because I like that C store. That was a very interesting one, I believe.
That was
I
a
would
great
have
one to
liked to see that
watch.
again, but
And
apparently.
I
Oh, should
same
we
map
get
again.
okay? I guess my wishes will be fulfilled. We're getting Operation Dark Shark again, which is a great name, by the way.
Amazing
Um,
name.
no, we get some interesting mind games though, because and that's a little unfortunate actually. It would have been like competitive wise, it would have been better to not get the same map because now we have some mind games going on. Will they do the same strategy? Will they not? Looks like they're not.
SPG definitely not. And I do want to point out the one thing I didn't want to talk about when we would get back over to this map is SPG was flirting with the idea of going in through this green door and wall charging through. I did see them draw them out and draw that out. They did draw it out preliminary also here, but I think this might be a smarter take, particularly unfortunately with how strong I believe it was Razor was playing from this Teller side with the barb out front of it.
Yes. Yes.
So wanting to counteract that now, unfortunately, a great call for Momentum to have that, as well as just great plays with Macius with a nutty double kill over here in Bathroom.
It was
But
just a clever setup. If you're looking at the map, the bathroom and the teller door facing each other, you can cover each other. So whoever wants to push into one of the door has to at the same time fight the guy on the other side. It's just a good spot to defend.
it really is. And also, with that, I think this Teller control is they're going to realize that they want to save their wall charge for this storefront layout. They don't want to risk it out so far yet as well. But I think we're seeing a similar layout from Momentum here, except a barb here in Bathroom and a barb in storage that we didn't see last time, as well as an extra one here. Pretty much not expecting them to wall charge again this time. Smart call from Momentum as SPG goes through the top side of the map now.
It seems like SPG changed their plan though, because from what they'd drawn, it looked like a six-sided would go down south again with the door charge on storefront, but apparently they scratched that plan and instead are just split pushing through storage and office. Office breach is going on. Chris is getting caught off guard and has been taking out first blood for Sleep here, while Render and Dusty made it into storage, but Voxer from behind takes the kill on Render here, then has to fall back when Dusty turned around, bringing it down to a 4-4. Tibor is pushing into Teller, and Sixside is waiting outside for Tibor to open the shutters, and he will do so any moment. Actually,
Oh, Voxel.
pre-firing the empty corner. Well played. Oh yeah, Voxel with the double kill, or the second kill here on top. But Sixside killing him from the south because shutters are open now. and they're kind of exposed now. And now the other two are rotating north again to put them in a pincer position. I just realized you cannot really go into bomb room from the eastern side of the map except through Teller. So the whole northern part is kind of safe from that side. But they decide to go Teller now, actually, not go all the... Well, they're going back and forth. There's a flag. Okay. No, it looks like they're pushing in through Teller, which means they don't pincer. They all have to go the same way. Flash is going out. They're pushing in. Now the flash hitting right on top, I assume. That should be a double kill here for Timur. And it is. 2 taps with the shotgun, 2 kills on completely flashed enemies. That was a very well placed double flash. The first one going in front of the shell counter, give them enough time to throw the second, or to move up a little bit and throw the second one behind it. Meisha is trying to make the hero play here, but no chance against 3 attackers. And that round goes to SPG. So
absolutely, and a great play.
Not as the round that didn't count. So 5-2.
Well, yeah, so now it's 5-2, and I also think that was the original plan, because if we noted, Six-Sided has the clacker and kept the clacker up to that red door, and I think he was simply going to clack it and then swing down once his teammates took control of Teller.
You might be right. It looked like they drew the line through the shutter, so I expected that to be a door charge, but it makes sense that they just wanted to take the shutters up and Six-Sided sitting there.
Absolutely.
some nice banter going on in chat. Razor feeling scammed for losing their round. I can feel them. I can feel them for sure. But
understandable. Very unfortunate reality of the server situation right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure the engineers are looking into this, because this is a little bit unfortunate. So many server crashes. That's the same kill house.
Same kill house, and that's
weird now, because this is impossible usually if you play the game properly without it.
Yeah, normally you're right, it is impossible, but what I found is actually in scrims, when this does happen, and this has happened a few times, and then you rejoin with the same password, you actually get the same maps again.
Oh. Yeah, but this is the kill house from the first half though. But it was a Caesar from the second half, so it's a bit weird for sure. Might be just a weird coincidence, but maybe there's some fuckery going on the map selecting code. I'm not sure.
Perhaps.
I wanted to talk to Tripnell anyway, regardless on how the map selection is working exactly. So I guess this is a good reason to bring this up to him next week. But yeah, I mean, how did this map go in the first half? I think both teams won this on attack, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they did. Momentum here did the wall charge through here.
Play with the wall charge, yeah.
And whereas SPG did basically a trident attack from all ends, using this courtyard to great advantage. But I think now Momentum's ready for that. Razor is not up here, not going to lose that auto shotty too early.
Yeah, that didn't work out last time very well. It was a good setup, but for some reason he just never moved. I'm not sure if he had some issues there, maybe, because it looked a little bit like it. He did not react to that at all, but who knows? Maybe he's just choked. Yeah, they're pushing in. Sleep and Render waiting with a late push for lockers. Dorcha just said Render with the clackers, just waiting for his team to clear out reception, I guess. They're pushing Brickhouse on. I'm not sure if they want to catch up a rotation of guard, maybe. Dusty Six-Sided and Tibor pushing into Brickhouse, getting slowed down by a Molotov. There's the door charge eventually. Sleep rushing in with the flashbang, clearing out lockers. Or securing it rather, because it's empty already. Meisha is waiting for the other 3. They didn't see him, and Voxel is distracting them. Meisha's from behind, getting the double kill here. 3 attackers down. Actually, 6-sided with the team kill. Unfortunate. That means 3 attackers down in Brickhouse for 1 defender. That was a very good trade here for Momentum, and puts them in a very comfortable situation now. It's down to Render and Sleep to somehow turn this around in 55 seconds, which might not go very well, to be honest. This is really rough. I mean, they can pick up some flashbangs and stuff now, but still, 45 seconds, clock is ticking. And the defenders still have the auto shotgun. Meisha with that shotgun is really, really doing work throughout the whole match so far.
Absolutely.
Taking door, Isuzu spraying the wall with the neck. Should not deal too much damage.
Oh, Macius.
And Macius again!
Bro!
That's a quadra kill for Macius, and if we count six-sided team kill, that would be even a well. No, that was more on Voxel's paycheck, I guess. But Macius with a quad kill here, regardless. Very well played, bringing the round to momentum, which brings us to a 5-3 scoreline, if I'm not mistaken.
It does bring us to 5-3, and I think Six-Sided might be getting Venmo'd some money afterwards. That was unfortunate, but with that comes the idea that I think a lot of players, at least I know, have talked about with the lack of player collision right now in the game. Personally, in my experience, you can I have been shot by teammates when I see on my screen that I'm behind them. It's the desync and the lack of player collision and things like that. But that's just how it is right now, and I'm very unfortunate for SPG there. But Macius making them sit down with that shotgun, really coming out strong with a 4K and a theoretical ace. I'll call it a theoretical ace. Hypothetical, I'm not sure. But man, that's amazing stuff from Momentum there, really trying to even it out. That was just such a crazy round. I don't know what to say.
It seems like there are also some bugs going on where Momentum members cannot pick up stuff from the ground, which is a little unfortunate, which made this a little harder. But yeah, the rules for that are that we'll continue or keep on playing. So let's hope that bug resolves itself with the map change here. We're loading into the factory map, and that's definitely not one that we played so far.
No, this is a new map for this match, not for our layouts, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully with the current update schedule, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Pion, it is a game update on Mondays and then a map update on Thursday or Friday normally, and
usually Friday. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are usual update times. It's not always like that, but
well, just for a rough estimate
schedule, but things go different.
Absolutely, and I think hopefully that is an issue that I've not only experienced, but I've heard more and more players have been experiencing, where we try to pick up something and it floats in the air and we can't pick it up.
Yeah, I got that before. I didn't have it happen to myself yet, but I definitely heard that from multiple people as well. It's an annoying bug for sure.
Yes, it is. Unfortunate, but it's part of the charm of the game. Some ways, with it being early access, and it makes it fun, in my opinion, even though it is frustrating. SPG going for a pretty classic take here. I'm expecting through fan, if not just a peek, maybe a wall charge through dock. And that looks like what it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, they're putting 3 people there, so that better be a wall charge. I don't think they want to peek with 3 people through a door charge.
Absolutely. And going for a very early 420 Blaze It smoke on the south office.
Yeah,
so
I don't see a door
charge. Will be horrible.
I don't see a door charge, so I guess they only have a wall charge, which will go dock. And I assume they will try to shoot open the fan, actually. Sleep being on the other side of the map. Six-Sided is waiting for some outside flash into Toxic, or smokes rather. I guess he wants to make it easier for Sleep to get in. I think that's the plan here. Also distracting all team. They're all rotating north now, except for Razor. While the other 3, or the rest of the attackers, is actually setting up south. Renda's putting on the wall charge.
Razor.
Vox is getting back in position though. It took them too long. Sleep still outside. Six-Sided waiting on fan, waiting for the kill on Razor potentially.
I think they made some noise though. Voxel and Razor have the mollies prepped.
Yep, and they're taking their time here with the collect. Renda trying to get in the perfect position, or okay, apparently there's some issues. They can't breach. Oh no, god damn it. The servers are cursed today.
They are.
Oh, they cannot kick the door either. Interesting. That's game breaking, I guess.
Unfortunate. They can't open shutter, is what I'm seeing
apparently
from
it's
our ref
open.
play.
It's just it's open, but it's desynced.
Yeah,
it's open. Definitely open. UAV killed it. Whatever, just running through the closed thing. It's desynced. Oh no, oh god. We might have to.
Molly outside.
We will see. Plague is referee. I'm not gonna make any calls here. I'm probably gonna play this out and then decide afterwards. To be honest, this is a mess. We'll see. Yeah. Maybe Plague will make another call.
And see if the players do want to do that restart. We do see that Fan's still running after being shot, so maybe some more desync issues.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
both teams definitely having issues here. So this is very cursed. Also, the bomb is at. I guess they can't defuse. I know.
oh no.
Did a spectator die or something? Because that's a common issue. No,
I'm unsure if a spectator died, but SPG certainly died there, sending themselves off in a Viking funeral. Unfortunate. We'll have to see what's happening. Servers don't seem to be cooperating with us today, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a very unfortunate timing for the servers to having issues.
Incredibly unfortunate. If that round will count, I don't know. Players here do have the right to ask for a restart, I believe, particularly with issues like that. And as we wait on a call from our ref Plague, if that round stands, which I am very unsure of at this point, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That was interesting to watch happen and very unfortunate to happen in DPL.
We will see. This is very unfortunate. We'll see. They're discussing right now to postpone the match to tomorrow. Let's just give both teams a win. Oh, I don't think that's gonna be the ruling. Seems like we're moving to tomorrow probably. So
yeah,
that
we will
means.
see.
Oh, now the server lags. Great. Yeah, this is definitely dead.
Yeah,
I think
the server is working for me. This will be interesting to see what happens because we're back on Dark Shark here.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see this round though. 10 out of 10 players voted for postponing this match. So
very well. Unfortunate.
Well, 11 out of 10 apparently, or is that Plague who also reacted? I guess. Yeah.
Absolutely. Waiting for I haven't seen the official call. I see what the players have voted for, but I haven't had word from Plague on what the official call will be.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm assuming that's what we're going to go with.
Official call is that this game will be postponed into another day. Both teams have agreed on this. So sorry about everybody watching, and I do apologize to Monumenta and SPG.
That makes absolute sense. I think that's the perfect and right call for this kind of situation. Let's postpone the match. Hope servers are more stable tomorrow. I'll actually gonna inquiry the engineers and see if anyone is willing to do some work on this. There's a very unfortunate situation, and we'll see if we can resolve it somehow.
Very interesting. And also, Plague, while we have you here, if you could maybe answer a question I'm curious about. Will we be starting the games as total, or will we be going from that 2-4 scoreline of SPG? I'm unsure. We'll see what the call is on that as we postpone everything now.
That it will probably be a full match restart just because there was bugs all throughout the entire match. If Monumenta and SPG want to do it from the 4-2 start, they're fine to do that. If they want to do it from the full start, it's up to them. Ultimately, it's their call on that part, just because they want to move the entire match over. So it's really up to them on this one. I don't think it's fair for me to make that call here, but yeah. Just believe, I'm going to be there with.
We'll have to make an official call if they disagree on the decision, but I think they're actually coming to a conclusion.
Yes,
so. It seems to be so far. It's been a unanimous decision to postpone the games for today. Fortunately.
So okay, we're going to postpone that. We will see if the rivals matches later are going to happen or not. Actually, one of them should be happening already. I'm not sure if that's actually going. The other one should be starting in an hour from now, and that was planned to be streamed. So we will keep you updated if that is actually going to happen or not. For now, we're gonna end the stream here. Again, very sorry that this is how it goes right now. We'll keep you updated as soon as we have more information on when the match is being replayed and stuff. We're definitely gonna back tomorrow. If not, everything is on fire with the regular matches that will be streamed, which is Fierce versus Hyper at 1 p.m. and Macer versus SIG Sports at 3 p.m. EST. And also, I want to put out a last reminder that next week there will be no DPL and no DPL rivals. Both will be postponed by 1 week or pushed back by 1 week. That includes the rest of the season as well, obviously. Because next week will be the DreamHack tournament, the due process open for DreamHack Leipzig home edition. That's going to be very fun, and we're definitely going to hope to see you for that as well. So that's going to be Saturday and Sunday next week. So yeah, any last words from you, Plague or Zombie, before we head out here? If not,
no words from me. Just hopefully you guys check in tomorrow. Everything should hopefully be resolved and running smoothly again. We apologize for the technical difficulties, and we hope to see you all here tomorrow.
all right, then that's it. Bye bye, and see you next time.